Hey, welcome to our podcast on compound percents. Now, compound means two things that are put together. So, a compound percent is when you add 1% onto another percent. Let's look at some questions. Now, Ellie bought some stocks for $40 a share. They went down 20% and then they went up 20%. Well, the most obvious answer, you think, well, you don't have to do a lot of math for that one. Isn't the answer broke even? If something starts at a certain number and it goes down by a certain amount and then it goes up by the same amount, wouldn't that mean you're going to end up back where you started from? Well, not so fast. Let's have a look at it and we'll see why the answer is not broke even. If we start at $40 a share and they go down 20%, that means that the stocks are now worth 80% of what their original value was, and that means that the stocks are now worth $32. They're down 20% of their original value. Now, they're at $32 and they go up by 20%. That means we're going to take 0.2, which is the decimal equivalent of 20%. And if we add a 1 here, that means that the 20% is going to get added onto the $32. And when we do that, we end up with $38.40. Well, that's interesting. We didn't end up back where we started with at $40. In fact, if we take the $40 and we subtract the $38.40, we have, in fact, lost $1.60. Poor Ellie is she's down $1.60 per share. Now, let's look at that a little closer and figure out, well, why did we not end up back at $40? And the reason for that is, when we found the 20% off, we found the 20% off $40. When we want to add 20%, we add 20% to the $32, not the $40. So the 20% off comes off the $40. The 20% on gets added to the $32. Therefore, you don't end up back where you started with at $40. Well, let's try another question and see if the patterns are the same. In this case, we have 640 students. The number of students is decreased by 25% and then increased by 25%. So kind of a similar question. We started a number. In this case, it's 640, and it's going to go down by 25%, which means the number of students at winter break is going to be 75% of the original value, which was 640. So when we calculate that, that means that we have 480 students in the school at winter break, a 25% decrease. Well, we're at winter break at 480 students, and the number of students increases by 25%. So 25% as a decimal is 0.25. If I want the 25% to be added onto the 480, I add a 1. And when I calculate that product, I end up with 600. So, same as the last one. We started at 640, but when we went down 25% and then up 25%, we ended up at 600, which was less than the original number of students we started with. Now, once again, if we look closely, what we'll notice is that the 25% off comes off of the 640, whereas the 25% added on comes onto the 480. So therefore, in this case, the best answer would be 600 students. Okay, we have one more question, and we'll see what we do there. Hopefully, we'll start to see the same sort of patterns again and again here. Now, a stock starts at $100. Again, we have a stock question. And the stock starts at $100 and it loses 90% of its value. And then it gains 90% of its value. And what we want to show students is that even though it looks like it loses 90% and gains 90%, we don't end up back at $100, unfortunately. So if we have $100 and it loses 90% of its value, that means there's only 10% of its value left. So the amount of money that the share is worth is only $10. It's lost 90% of its value. It's only worth $10 a share now. Now, that $10 a share rebounds and it goes back up 90%. But it's not going up 90% on the $100, it's only going up 90% on the $10. So if we find 90% and if we add a 1, that will add it on to the $10, we will end up with $19. Well, that's a little disappointing because at first when you thought it lost 90% and then was going to come back 90%, you thought, well, maybe you'll get your $100 back. But in fact, you're still down $81 and the value of your stock is still only $19. Hopefully that's helped you find some patterns on finding compound percents. See you later.